The channel today, I'm doing my list of the top 10 quarterbacks heading into 2020. This has nothing to do with your past accolades or nothing like this. This has everything to do with the system you're in, the scheme going forward, and how I think the season is going to progress and how I think you're going to play going into the season. And number 10 for me, I'm doing the top 10 list of QBs. Number 10 for me has to be Cam Newton. Love the fit with him and Bill Belichick. I love how, you got the ultimate competitor and like the ultimate genius working together, and it's gonna be unique to see the game plans they put together, the style they play at, if they're still gonna use Cam as a power guy, or they're gonna try to use him like they did Brady, quick release, 5-yard slant, basically a West Coast offense, or they're still gonna, because Cam loves throwing it deep, so they're still gonna let Cam throw that bitch deep, you know what I'm saying? A little more time in the pocket, so I'm excited to see that. But overall, I think it's gonna be a great fit. I think Cam is gonna get adjusted into the system. I think Cam is gonna be one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and I think N'Keal Harry, Julian Edelman, Sony Michel, and Cam Newton are gonna have a lethal offense, at least ranked 15 or higher in the league. Carson Wentz from the Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz is a great football player. He's not always healthy, but he's a great football player. He came from a D1 AA, and people question his arm strength and his accuracy. Well, to be honest with you, all that stuff has prevailed in the NFL. I'm not saying he has the best home on the back accuracy, but he definitely know how to fit the ball into tight windows, and he makes good decisions. I've seen games where I've seen him take over. I've seen him, find open man. I've seen him throw the ball into tight windows, and somehow he always seemed to get the ball to Zach Ertz. Like, always. Even when he's forcing it up in it. That goes to show you like how much talent he has. Like, Zach Ertz is a great player, but he chooses to give him the ball that many times. And last year they didn't have a good receiving core. Their receiving core really wasn't that good, and he did carry that team to the playoffs. So you gotta respect him and pin him at number 9. Number 8, Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is an electrified football player who can scramble and who is very accurate with the football. An example, last year the Houston Texans played the New Orleans Saints. End of the game, I think Houston Texans was on the 40. Deshaun Watson dropped backs, they send the blitz, comes in off the blitz unblocked, okay? Deshaun Watson steps to the side just to buy a little bit of time so he can throw a dart in the end zone to Kenny Stills. That play right there let me know he has all the tools and all the awareness to be an elite quarterback. And the only reason he's not high on this list is because they did lose DeAndre Hopkins. Like, looking back on this, I might probably regret it and probably should have put him higher. But he got Brandon Cooks, he got Fuller, he got Kenny Stills, and they got David Johnson. So they're gonna be an explosive, lethal offense. They're gonna be an up-tempo offense. They're gonna kind of remind you of like an Oregon. I know the Chiefs kind of do, but they're gonna be like an up-tempo, fast-paced, push it. And Deshaun Watson is the type of quarterback who's perfect for that, especially with his skill set and how accurate he is on the run. And so that's why he's at number 8. And I just love the leader he is, and he got that it factor at the end of the game. Like, you can't explain it, but you just know somehow, some way, they'll find a way to get the job done. He's one of those people who has that. So, Deshaun Watson. Number 7 on the list is Aaron Rodgers. I'm not even gonna lie. I've always been more of a Brett Favre fan than an Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers is an amazing quarterback. Last year when they played the Cowboys was probably one of the best games I ever seen Aaron Rodgers play in his whole career. Like, I literally seen him pick the ball in places that game, and like he was handing them off the ball. And then one play against Dallas, they came in on the blitz, the defensive tackle that broke off of the block and was tackling Aaron Rodgers and basically had this man down. This man is literally pulling himself up leaning forward and throws a dime. I'm talking about why he's getting sacked now. Keep this in mind. Like, that is remarkable. Some quarterbacks can barely even get the pass off. This man threw a dime while he was getting sacked. That's crazy. And I think he was like 20-2 last year. And he's going to have a phenomenal season going forward. One, because they drafted Jordan Love. And two, Devontae Adams is a freak. And Aaron Rodgers is one of those quarterbacks where less is more. You already hear Eric Mangini say force multiplier. Aaron Rodgers is a force multiplier. He's one guy, and he can help, he's one guy who can help multiply the success of your team. Like, he's that good. He can put it in the right places, in the right spot to give guys better chances of making a play. He's very good about that. So, coming in at number 6 is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, from last year, from his rookie year to his second year, which is his MVP season last year, he made remarkable strides. His speed at the quarterback position is deadly, and how shifty he is, and how he can think like on a drop of a dime. He's one of those guys who avoids getting hit. You know, it's just an instinct. You can just tell that he has a feel for, another person's presence, so he can dodge it, juke it, or, just hit a move that elevates him, and gives him a great chance to escape. And his passing, his deep balls are remarkable. Him and Marquise Brown, that tight end, 83, Sneeze, but they is an explosive offense. They're like taking shots. They're not gonna be 6-7 plays here of just passing. Like, they could go 5 plays running, 3 plays passing. They can do it like that with a little play action. Lamar breaks like 30. And they got Mark Ingram back there. So they have a plethora of options back there. So Lamar Jackson is definitely going to get better. And the only reason I didn't have him higher on this list was because the guys in front of him, I think, can pass the ball better than him. And I think they're going to have a better year throwing to their weapon. It's no diss to Lamar. Lamar Jackson is an amazing player. I'm a huge fan. I think Lamar is one of the best players in the NFL. He won MVP, so that speaks for itself. But just on the list I have going forward and the productivity that I'm looking for out of these quarterbacks, this is the list I made, and this is the guys I think that's going to just do a little bit more this year. Number 5 is Drew Brees from the Saints. Now, Drew Brees was hurt last year, so his numbers were just a little down. Everyone's freaking out. You gotta remember, Drew Brees is in his 40s. Drew Brees has the all-time most passing yards in NFL history. No, not passing yards. He got all-time most touchdowns in NFL history, and he's the most accurate passer in the NFL. This man has not fell off a little bit. Like, they might not win Super Bowl. Like, I can attest to that. They don't win a lot of Super Bowls, but if you want to see entertainment and you want to see a high-power offense, you want to see deep passes, you want to see one-on-one jump balls, you want to see Michael Thomas going up there marching someone, like, you want to see a screen pass break off for like 60 yards, you want to see Alvin Kamara, take a screen for like 50, 60 yards. This is the team for you. And Drew Brees is the perfect fit for that offense. If Drew Brees was healthy last year, he would have been a Pro Bowl quarterback. He still has the arm strength and the accuracy. They just got to protect him a little better this year. And he's, no doubt in my mind, going to have 35 to 40 touchdowns, maybe 5 to 6 picks. Like, no doubt in my mind. Over 4,000 yards easy. He's just one of those players and one of those veterans to get the job done. He's a consistent, great player. He has bad games, everyone does, but he's still great. And with that offense, they're going to be something crazy. So I got Drew Brees, number 5. Tom Brady. And I know some of you guys think Tom Brady had a bad year last year. And the Patriots didn't go to the Super Bowl. That was a bad year. But that's not how Tom Brady game is. Tom Brady game is a West Coast offense. Tom Brady game is based off timing, precision, and being able, to trust your receivers. That's what Tom Brady game is. He can throw a deep pass. He only did it a few times to Randy Moss. But if you look throughout the years where Tom Brady's success came from, it came from the slot guy, Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, Deion Branch. Like, all of those correlate with one another because that's his game. And now he's going to Tampa Bay, and they got them tight ends. And they brought Gronk back, and they got O.J. Howard. He asked for a trade, but still, and they still got Cameron Brate. Like, that offense is explosive, and for especially what Tom Brady does and how precise he is with the football and how he's gonna have the timing down, that offense is going to be lethal and deadly. Like, they're gonna be the type of offense who can score in 4 to 5 plays, or they can score in 2 plays. Like, that's gonna be a high-power, explosive offense. Right, so Tom Brady definitely comes in at 4 because he still has the wisdom, the knowledge, the experience, and I don't think he fell off that much last year. I think last year they had some bad breaks. Some guys made some good plays, but I don't think he's fell off. So I have to put him at number 4, and I think they're gonna have a great year. I think Tom Brady and Gronk and Mike Evans and Godwin, they're gonna have a phenomenal year. So he definitely is number 4. Patrick Mahomes just won the Super Bowl. He showcased his willpower to win. He's like on next level. He's doing behind the back passes. You know, he bringing teams back. And every playoff matchup, even in the Super Bowl, they came back from a 10-point deficit. You know, he's getting his swagger together. Patrick Mahomes is starting to become the face of the NFL. He's one of the most flashiest players in the game right now. He definitely provides that entertainment and sports feel to watching the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is definitely someone people tune in to watch every Sunday. You want to know what Patrick Mahomes is doing. And how is he 3 on this list? Because sometimes, I'm not going to lie, them weapons pay off. Them weapons in Kansas City paid off. Like, yeah, he got the arm to get them weapons the opportunity to make the play. But that pass in the Super Bowl, I can't say that because I don't know how they wanted to throw that. But, I mean, it is some plays he's kind of careless, but he can afford to be careless. But it's some games, you really look at it, and it's like, them weapons are really just making a difference. I mean, if you look at the deal he took, he obviously took that because he wanted to keep the weapons around him. Keep the weapons around him. So yeah, he's an all-time. He's a great quarterback. He had a great 2 years. Now last year when he threw for them 50 touchdowns, you couldn't touch that boy. You could not touch Patrick Mahomes. Last year he was one of the best seasons I ever seen in my life. His MVP season was something I take my hat off to, and I congratulate him. Because, you know, all his passion, it was really mad. He was really playing Madden in real life last year. Not last year, but 2 years ago, his MVP season. So I give him that. So, but going forward, I think the league's gonna adapt, but he's so great that he's still gonna put up monster numbers. He's still gonna have close to 45 to 40 touchdowns a year. Number 2 on the list is Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has become one of the best quarterbacks who ever played the game. Like, if you want to see a transcendent talent, and you want to see someone who evolutioned the game, and you want to see something that doesn't happen every generation, Russell Wilson is definitely that. And it's something about these baseball players who come over and play football. It's something about these pitchers that play football. If you look at all the great passers in the league, the majority of them play baseball. And I guess it's a lot easier to throw that big-ass football than it is to throw that little baseball. There's some correlation in there. But Russell Wilson played baseball. That's not the point. But he's really picked the teams on his back. He's really grown into one of those players where, like, a force multiplier. Well, if you got me and you can just get me a cash, I can make it work. But he do got Tyler Lockett, and that running game is stout, and they do got a good offensive line. So I'm not going to really just do all that, but I'm saying for what they have around him and how tall he is and the plays he makes, his deep ball accuracy, his short ball accuracy, his mid-game accuracy, his decision-making, and he got legs, he can run, Russell Wilson is the total package for a quarterback. Only thing you can ask for different in Russell Wilson, I mean, really nothing. I mean, you could wish he would be a little taller, but that really don't matter because he played like a big man. He may be short, but he played like a big man. So that don't even really matter. He's just so electrifying. He always has his team in position to win every year. So he's consistently done that. So he has to be number 2 for me. Number 1 on my list is Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott has emerged into a superstar from rookie year all the way up to now. And you can see the maturation, you can see the development, you can see the poise, you can see the better precision, you can see the better passing. He's box office. He's one of the most electrifying players in the game. He brings that willpower and belief to an organization that no matter what's the score or no matter what's going on, they have a chance to win. Let me give you an example. Last year when the Dallas Cowboys played the Packers, down 31-3, they came all the way back within 3 points, but the fans in the whole stadium, everyone believed they could come back. And Dak had Amari, Michael Gallup, Zeke out there balling. They all put up a valiant effort to come back. And, this year was year 4, and now that they're adding CeeDee Lamb, you got CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Amari Cooper, and Ezekiel Elliott, and you got one of the best line. Come on now, that you this has to be one of your best paintings. You have to paint the best picture this year. This is it. Like, you have the experience, you have the talent, so it should be all there. And I think it will, because he always lives up to the expectations and does more. He's an excellent runner. His deep balls are one of the best deep balls in the game. His mid-game accuracy can improve a little bit. But other than that, I mean, not even a little bit. His mid-game accuracy is deadly. His short game accuracy is deadly. He had the take-over mentality. He done took over plenty of games. He done won a playoff game. He done been to the playoff. He done been Rookie of the Year, and just with everything that's happening in Dallas with his contract coming up, the weapons they have, a new system, and how dedicated he's going to be this season to put Dak in prime position to be the NFL MVP. And you got Ezekiel Elliott in your backfield. So they can't even just focus on Dallas in the passing game. They have to focus on stopping Zeke. And when you do that, you put yourself at a disadvantage because you're not going to be ready for that passing attack. I'm excited to see it. And that's why Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys are number 1 on my quarterback list.